40 degrees. I'm sweating from my ass as well. Look, I think it's easy to understand that our transfer window follows a policy. And this policy is sell to buy. If you're Thiago Pinto, you need to choose a player in this summer, throughout this summer, and you need to sacrifice this player. To get players like De Paul, to get players like Morata, the thing is, it's not impossible to get them, but we need some financial sacrifices. And to exacerbate these financial sacrifices, we need to sacrifice players to get the funds. Because yes, we have raised money, but don't forget that some of that money was needed to give to UEFA to water down our FFP sanctions. Some of that money is obviously needed for other reasons, like internal reasons. Obviously, some money will be dedicated to the transfer window. This is something which we've discussed all the way up to now. But we need to sacrifice to buy big players. We need to sell to buy. And this is exactly why. My question to you is, if you're Thiago Pinto, who do you sacrifice? Who is the player that you sell to buy players like De Paul or players like Morata? Because look, their wages aren't massive. De Paul and Morata, I mean, De Paul earns around 4 million. That's not a big deal. Dybala earns 6 million, and to eliminate that release clause, we need to hire his wages. So De Paul's wages would not be a problem. What would be a problem is getting him from Atletico Madrid, because Atletico Madrid, are not letting him in discounts. At the end of the day, they are still a Champions League team. They don't need money from us. They don't need to snatch money from us. So they are not going to give him any discounts. I mean, they're probably going to fix their budget around 30 million. We need that 30 million. And as of right now, we can't, dig into our pocket, pick up 30 million and give it to Atletico Madrid. In order to do that, we need to fuel it up by sacrificing some players. Morata earns more than De Paul, but Morata, for example, we will need to pay less to Atletico Madrid because Morata has a release clause of 12 million. So look, I think both these two players aren't impossible, but in order to get even one of these two players, we definitely need to sacrifice a player. The player which I would sacrifice, the player which I think Thiago Pinto would sacrifice, and the player which, if Thiago Pinto and Mourinho sit down, the player which they will both agree on to sacrifice is going to be, without a doubt, Roger Ibanez. Reason number one, we can pull quite a lot of money from him. And reason number two, we have covered our defense. Now, yes, it is true. If Ibanez leaves, we do have Ndika. It would be ideal to get yet another defender if Ibanez leaves. There have been linked names such as Elvedi and these names, which cost less than Ibanez and wages or less than Ibanez. So that would be a good surplus. Another reason why you sell Ibanez, as we just mentioned, is because you just bought Ndika. So your defense is a strong section. Therefore, I would rather, now that I bought Ndika, get my old defender, who I can most probably pull 25 million from. And that will be the base of my fueling to get players like De Paul. I would not love to sacrifice Ibanez. Look, at the end of the day, I would love to just keep my team and improve it year in and year out. That is something which can't happen with this team. And this is something very important to understand. This is something which could never have happened with this team. 20 years ago, it couldn't have happened. 10 years ago, it couldn't have happened. Now it can happen, and in 5 years it can happen. We always need to sacrifice players. The main reason why we had Salah, we sold Salah. We had Nainggolan, we sold Nainggolan. We had Alisson, we sold Alisson. We would have a great team if it wasn't for us sacrificing players. But unfortunately, it's a policy. It's something which we need to do because of the depths and the financial needs that, we kind of are forced to follow. So, I mean, if you're Roma, every year, you don't have a player who's an untouchable player. You don't have a player which we can shield and 100% never leave. Because that is not, if you're a Roma fan, you know this. That's not who we are. So, to be fair, we could sell anyone. Obviously, there are players which I would prefer to sell. Mourinho would prefer to sell. Mourinho would prefer to keep. We fans would prefer to keep. Such as Bovid, Zaleski, players who grew here and have incredible prospects. And then you have players like Ibanez, which are more understandable to sacrifice. Look, I'm going to say this now. Selling Ibanez is going to be a mistake. I mean, no, let me rephrase this. It's not going to be a mistake. We're going to regret it, though, because Ibanez has got incredible potentials. Unfortunately, however, he is the player which, as of today, the 11th of July, 2023, I would say, is the player we need to sacrifice if we want to make that step up in the transfer window. The two main reasons of why we're delaying right now us buying players is, first of all, we could be working, and when I say we, Thiago Pinto and the Fredkins and Mourinho could be working on something special, a surprise, you never know, because the Fredkins, from the day they came to the day to today, have always pulled surprises, so I would not, kind of exclude that. That could have easily happened. The second reason is because in order for us to make those bigger transfer demands and give Mourinho, such as Rodrigo de Paul, Alvaro Morata, maybe get Folarin Balogun on loan, because Arsenal have fixed a 40 million price tag, something which Roma cannot pay. If we sell IBANEZ, we are going to get a big player. And that's kind of the conclusion to everything. If we sell IBANEZ for 25 million, that money will be reinvested in Rodrigo de Paul, or in Alvaro Morata, or in both Morata and Scamacca, because 25 million is a lot. As of right now, if you ask me who Mourinho really wants, because again, Mourinho and Pinto both know that FFP is targeting us and that we can't be spending too much money. That's something which Mourinho knew the second he signed his contract with this team. So Mourinho knows this. Mourinho knows that Thiago Pinto and the Fredkins can't buy him 8 fresh new players to add on to the players he already has. He knows that. And if you don't know that, you should start knowing that. What Mourinho is asking is 2/3 quality players. So not many players. 2/3 quality players which can improve the squad depth and the team and the quality of the team overall to maybe compete for the league, 100% get top 4, and 100% try and go well in Europa League. That is what Mourinho wants. And the players which they've identified, as reported by many newspapers, are Rodrigo de Paul, Alvaro Morata. These are 2 players which Mourinho would absolutely love. We would need to start a great Atletico Madrid axis. We would need to kind of tighten contacts and relationships with them, because both these 2 players are Atletico Madrid players. One of them is easier to get, Morata, because of the release clause he has, which is 12 million, similar to the Dybala situation. De Paul would be harder to get, but I would absolutely love De Paul. I mean, it's the perfect midfielder we need in terms of characteristics, in terms of, I've already said this, passionate, physique. He would also bring Tini over in Rome. I would absolutely love that. just kidding. But yeah, I think that's the news of today. I think the news of today is, yes, we need to get players in, because preseason already started and we are missing a few more key players, such as the striker and the holding mid, box-to-box mid. And these are the 2 positions which Mourinho wants. Other names include Renato Sanchez, Sabitzer, but if we want to make that step, if we want to surprise Mourinho, if we want Mourinho to be happier, I should say, the objectives are 2. Both from Atletico Madrid, Alvaro Morata and Rodrigo de Paul. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this live stream. We're back at the Olympico. I've missed this. I've absolutely missed this. My seats are literally over there. That is the entrance I always take when you see my stadium vlogs. Next season it's going to change because my seats are over there. But yeah, I mean, I miss this. I miss this stadium. I miss just coming here every weekend. So I can't wait until the season starts. By the way, no signs of Milinkovic-Savic, by the way. A few Lazio fans asked me to have a little search around the Olympico. He's not there. I think he's off to the desert. I can't find him. Can't find him. You love the banter. You absolutely love it. If you haven't already, smash the like button. If you miss this environment, I invite you to comment down below what you miss about the Olympico. Comment down below your thoughts and opinions on this stream. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's get closer and closer to 10,000 subscribers. It's a dream of mine. So share this channel with your families and friends, with your girlfriends, with your dogs, with your cats, with your grandfathers and grandmothers. And I'll catch you very, very soon. Simo out.